Close. Roy Moore, the GOP candidate for U.S. Senate in Alabama's upcoming special election, denied an article in The Washington Post accusing him of sexual misconduct, calling the accusations fake news. "Why now?" he said. November 11, APMONTGOMERY. Ayla, a new woman is expected to come forward Monday to accuse Senate candidate Roy Moore of assaulting her as a minor in Alabama. The announcement came from attorney Gloria Allred, who has represented women who have accused President Trump and comedian Bill Cosby of sexual misconduct or assault. The individual would be the fifth person to accuse the Republican Senate nominee of inappropriate conduct with them, including one who said Moore, then a 32-year-old prosecutor, had sexual contact with her when she was 14. Messages left with the Moore campaign Monday morning were not immediately returned. Mitch McConnell says he believes Roy Moore's accusers looking for write-in options, and a story published in The Washington Post on Thursday. 4 women, who spoke on the record and had their stories corroborated by other sources, said Moore took them on dates while working as an assistant district attorney in Gadsden, Ayla, from 1977 to 1982. One woman, Lee Kaufman, said she was 14 when Moore took her to his home in 1979, undressed her and, according to the report, touched her over her bra and underpants, and guided her hand to touch him over his underwear. Roy Moore greets supporters at an election night rally after declaring victory on September 26, 2017, in Montgomery, Alabama. Photo Scott Olson, Getty Images. The age of consent in Alabama, both then and now, is 16. Another woman, Gloria Deason, said she was 18 when Moore took her on a date and bought her wine. The legal drinking age was 19 at the time. Moore has called the Post report completely false and denied the incident with Kaufman on conservative radio talk show host Sean Hannity's show Friday, though he acknowledged knowing the 2 other women and said it was not my customary behavior to date teenagers. Moore, the latest in the Keurig, Hannity, Moore outrage cycle environmental debate. I'm not going to dispute anything, but I don't remember anything like that, he said. I don't remember dating any girl without the permission of her mother. The women and their families have stood by the Post's reporting. The allegations have led national Republicans to distance themselves from Moore. 3 senators who had endorsed the former Alabama Chief Justice, Mike Lee of Utah, Steve Daines of Montana and Bill Cassidy of Louisiana, withdrew their support for Moore over the weekend. The National Republican Senate Committee canceled a fundraising agreement with him. Close. Pennsylvania Senator Pat Toomey told NBC's Meet the Press that Roy Moore should step aside. Sen. Pat Toomey, RPA, urged Moore to drop out of the race. He said Moore's explanations had been inadequate and that Republicans should consider Sen. Luther Strange as a write-in candidate to run against Moore. Strange lost the Republican primary to Moore in September. Even if Moore were to step aside, his name would likely remain on the ballot. And any effort to add Strange as a write-in candidate would threaten to divide the GOP vote in a way that would give the Democratic candidate a greater chance of winning. More people are destroying their Keurigs in protest of company pulling ads from Hannity's show. Speaking in his home state Monday, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, RKY, told reporters that he believes the women and called for Moore to step aside. Moore has denied the allegations and questioned both the motivations of the accusers and The Washington Post, while threatening investigations and a lawsuit against the newspaper. Close. Several companies have pulled their advertisements from Fox News host Sean Hannity's show following his interview with Alabama Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore on Friday. USA Today. Moore assured supporters Sunday night at a Huntsville, Alabama, gym that the Washington Post story was fake news and a desperate attempt to stop my political campaign. Moore said allegations that he was involved with a minor child are untrue and said the newspaper will be sued, drawing a round of applause. Moore Keurig. Others pull ads from Fox News. Hannity show over Roy Moore coverage. Isn't it strange after 40 years of constant investigation, that people have waited 4 weeks before a general election to bring their complaint, Moore said at an event Saturday. That's not a coincidence. Some Alabama Republicans have publicly defended Moore, but prominent members of the party, including Alabama Gov. KIV, have been cautious. The Alabama Republican Party has not issued a statement on the allegations. Contributing the Associated Press. Follow Brian Lyman on Twitter at Lyman_Brian Moore GOP Sen. Pat Toomey says Roy Moore should drop out of Alabama Senate race. Opinion: Roy Moore scandal. Senate victory would be toxic for religious right. Opinion: Roy Moore response shows GOP deserves to die. Max Boot Moore SNL. Jeff Sessions tells Roy Moore, "I'm usually the creepiest one in the room." Or Roy Moore questions timing of allegations, says revelations about motivations coming. More much ado about very little. Roy Moore allegations met with skepticism in Alabama. More Roy Moore: I have never engaged in sexual misconduct. More NRSC withdraws support from Roy Moore's Senate campaign. More Mitt Romney, John Kasich say allegations make Roy Moore unfit for office. More Trump: Moore should drop out of Alabama race if sexual misconduct allegations are true. More on politics today. Alabama auditor compares Roy Moore allegations to Mary and Joseph Moore. Woman tells newspaper Roy Moore groped her when she was 14. Other women make similar claims. Reader share this story. https://usat.ly2abflog